where we make sure we have our darkest dark, which is right here and right here. And then any detail that we want to add to this painting to make it pop. Colored. Hey everybody, Terry with Learning Plein Air. We're on the river here in Ridgway, Colorado. As you can see behind me, we're going to catch this beautiful river mountain landscape on an 11 by 14 canvas. You ready for another one? Here we go. Let's do this. All right, here's the scenery that we have before us. Got the easel all set up. Going to sit down today and paint. Old hockey injury in the lower back, a little more comfortable. We've got the paints set out and a couple brushes ready to go quickly. Palette knife, my sketching brush so I can get my drawing phase in quickly. Some Turpenoid, odorless Turpenoid, 11 by 14 canvas. And there's the beautiful scenery that we have. A river here in Ridgway, Colorado. One of the first snows, maybe the first or second snow here. So got to get over here and capture this. Today I'm going to primarily work on values. So this is just going to be practice. Going to be a study in values. Let's see how it goes. You ready? Let's go. Okay, here we are in stage one, the drawing stage. And first I'm putting my wash on. I've got a kind of a thin mixture of some greens. Once again, it doesn't really matter what kind of wash or what color you use. It's really a warm, kind of sunny day today. So I'm just putting some greens on. There's not going to be too many greens left in the season at this point. I'm interested in the mountains. What really attracted me to this scenery was the first snow on the mountains and the shadows up there. Just absolutely beautiful. Of course, who doesn't love a Colorado river, right? Okay, I'm just going to use a mixture of alizarin crimson, a little ultramarine blue in there just to get a dark paint for my drawing. And again, in the drawing, I'm looking for my 4 P's, my pieces, my 3 to 5 large pieces, placement, perspective, and proportion. I'm looking to accomplish all those things in the drawing stage here. Beautiful mountain peak right in here. I'm not even sure that I want to put the peak. I want to have it go off the canvas to kind of increase the magnificence and the grandeur of it. These are probably 12, 13,000 foot mountains here that we're painting. But this isn't set in stone though. I can change this as we go. Some beautiful foothills here, beautiful colors in there. I can see that we're going to catch shadows. Okay, and along in the drawing stage, one thing that we note also is our darkest dark. There's a kind of a bushes right here that are very dark at the base of them along the riverbank right there. So those will be a part of my darkest dark. There's also on the other side of the riverbank here a tree, that big elm tree or oak tree, that's the trunk of it is extremely dark. I think that'll be a nice contrast into the mountain, which is further off. So I'm going to catch that. It's pretty light and bright out here today. I hope you can see this. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera and paint at the same time. I like live footage videos. I know it's not as kind of tailored, if you will, and scripted and professionally done, but I think it gives you more of a sense of what I'm dealing with out here, like this, for example. It's my fearless dog, Millie. She comes with me everywhere on all these paint outs. The other thing you want to get is kind of a sense of where the shadows are. So your darkest dark, your shadows, your 4 P's, pieces, placement, proportion, perspective. And so I'm just working to accomplish that very quickly right now. And that'll be my roadmap once I start the next phase, the abstract phase, blocking in. A lot of kids here playing by the river. I'm not as far out or up in the mountains as I usually am, away from people. And things are going to change, as you know. plein air painting? They do. And that's okay. You just have to kind of make decisions as you go. Alright, so I'm working on my pieces, my 3 to 5 big pieces here. I'm going to roll with that drawing. It's a little more primitive than what I would like, but I'm going to show you here my pieces. Piece 1 is this far off distant mountain range back here, the furthest thing from me. There'll be some nice light and shadow on there that we want to capture. Piece 2 are these foothills that are kind of beneath the mountain range. Piece 3 will be the river. And there's a fourth piece, and that's these bushes. And then there's a couple elm trees that I mentioned on the bank of the river that are part of my darkest dark over here. So there we go. We got my pieces. Everything is placed where it's supposed to be. Proportions are correct. We're showing a little perspective with the river. You can't really see it quite yet, but I'm going to show a little perspective and lead into the scene with the river. So we're good to go. Let's go on to the next phase. Okay, the next phase is the abstract phase, and we're going to attempt to capture in two-dimensional form the right value and the right shape and the right color for all these pieces in the landscape. I'm just starting here now with a mixture of some cerulean blue, alizarin crimson, and some yellow ochre. We always start the abstract phase with the darkest dark. So, as you remember, part of that was these trees that are on the left riverbank beside me here. And they'll form a nice contrast in the end. As I said, with the lighter mountains off in the distance. Then the other piece, the other darkest dark are these shrubs in front of me. A little bit of a greener color, some phthalo green, ultramarine, a little bit of cad yellow. Throw a little red in there for a dark green mixture. And these are just the base of some of these bushes right here along the riverbank. And as a last darkest dark, I'm going to note the riverbank here. Kind of the rocks and the shadows that are kind of on the riverbank and the trees and such. Okay? Darkest darks are in place. Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm just working on the distant mountains first. It's kind of a beautiful grayish blue color. And I told you I was going to try to focus on the values. So that's what I'm really trying to do. Things that are furthest from you are often kind of the lightest values, the least amount of chroma, color. They're not as power-packed with color, if you will. So you want to make note of that because it's going to help you. A little alizarin crimson in there. It's going to help you show atmosphere, help you show some distance, some perspective. So I'm trying to show that. Just trying to find the right color and get it in the right place. not a whole lot of color to these mountains on the right over here, and they're furthest away, so it's just a slight tinge of a bluish blackish color. So I'm going to put a little midnight black in there. Okay, at the base of those mountains you have some forests. If you can see those triangular shaped forests before you get to the snow. That's what I'm gonna work on right now. I'm gonna show a little more greenish color. I'm seeing a little more greenish, but you got to be careful with green. It's very powerful. Yeah, that's good. I like that. See that? It's a brownish, greenish color. I've got some permanent green in the palette today. I just saw a tube of that in the studio as I was packing up, and I thought, hey, let's try it. You know, at this time of year, there's still a lot of greens in the landscape. Not for long. We've had snow here. Especially in the high country here where I live. Okay, good. That is enough to denote those forests kind of going up there. And now we're going to work on piece number 2 right here, which is the kind of some foothills, some more foothills that are closer to me. A little more greenish color than in those. Some cool shadows happening. So I'm going to try to catch those as they're happening. It's going to probably change almost certainly. But in the meantime, it's cool. These foothills with the evergreens are showing some really cool shadows. I was going at a hurried pace there, just trying to capture that. Okay, we're moving, we're grooving. Okay, I'm gonna work a little bit on the river colors here a little bit. It's kind of a, you can see it, maybe it's kind of a grayish, bluish, very cool color. So let's see if we can find it. A little cerulean. Painting very quickly. As I've said in previous videos, don't be scared of water. It's just a shape. You just add a color and a value to it. Some brush strokes and voila, you have water. Okay, I'm gonna get the bushes on the left side of the bank here. Got a little mixture of some permanent green light, some cad orange, and some cad yellow medium. There we go. And on the other side of the riverbank, There are some colors that are colors over here on the riverbank we're going to catch. They're a little different color, a little more cool green. So a little cerulean, a little yellow ochre, titanium white. Let's throw a little bit of cad red in there. I'm going to throw that in, but I am going to make it a little more greenish, bluish, a little phthalo blue. Pretty powerful color that is, so be careful. But yeah, see how that greened it up? I like that. You can see it pushes the distant mountains back where they should be to show perspective. And then right back here, it kind of is a little more distant and off. A little less chroma in the back, lighter value to show distance. Okay, that is that's good, I like that. There's some fabulous light happening on the mountain right now, so I'm gonna catch it. Wanna see something fun? That. A lot of thick paint on this, on the light section of the mountain. Extremely fun. And the light isn't always the same color, so keep that in mind. Little palette knife action. Beautiful mountains, I tell you what. Just going to go with a little more orange. The light is really warm right here. So I want to show that. It's looking a little messy. It will start looking like something soon. I'm not really worried at this point about making a beautiful painting. I'm really just focused on the colors and the values in the correct place. You can see, check out that. It's a little bit overcast, but there's some cool light happening right now up there. Way off in the distance that are in shadow. Okay, the palette is looking quite messy at this point. You see that color right there? It's the wrong color. It's too bright. I accidentally got too much cerulean blue on my brush. What you do is you don't panic. All right, we're gonna work on the bushes again here on the riverbanks and see if we can catch that color. The light has been ever changing, so I'm just making kind of quick last minute decisions, trying to push for finish here. Alright, as we lose the light, the final brush strokes here in the detail phase, the last stage, stage 4, where we make sure we have our darkest dark, which is right here and right here. And then any detail that we want to add to this painting to make it pop. Colors were pretty spectacular. They kind of ended up coming out, the sun came back out. Pretty messy. I lost my way a little bit here on a couple areas, so I'm just going to fix that right now. Starting with the water a little bit. Using the palette knife. A little bit of action in the water, so I just want to kind of show that. Palette knife is a good way to do that. Okay, it's been a real fun day. Thanks for joining me. If you like these videos and you're a beginner plein air painter, feel free to subscribe to the channel and watch some more videos. Hit the bell so you can get all of our new videos, which should be once every week, once every couple weeks. We're here for you to help you become a better plein air painter. Okay, as we finish up this painting, give you a final shot of the scenery here, and just some beautiful colors, beautiful day. I think Millie had fun. Wow, what a scene. So fun to just get out here and enjoy God's beauty and get it down on an oil painting. Show you close up. Some strokes. We got thick today, there's no question about that. Yes, we did. It was fun. There you go. 11 by 14. Millie's extremely interested in the painting. And I'll catch you up in the mountains. Hey, if you haven't already, go to the description section and download your freebie, a private, unpublished video demo on how to begin a plein air painting. Learn the drawing stage of plein air painting, my first and most important stage of my 4-step process.